So today we're going to be talking about multicam editing and what multicam editing is. So first of all, multicam editing lets you switch different camera angles live within Final Cut Pro. So let's say you have 5 cameras all shooting a concert, which is what we're going to work on today, and you need to switch from each camera angle. This will allow you to easily switch between camera 1, camera 5, camera 2, camera 1 again, camera 3, etc. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I have going on here. The first thing you have to realize for multicam editing is in order to make a multicam clip, everything has to be within the same codec. Well, I ran into a little issue here. What we see here is track 5 is the Canon 5D Mark II. Track 4 is a Canon XH-A1. Track 3 comes in way later, and it's actually going to be a Sony little Handycam HDR HC9. Track 2 is a Canon XL-H1, and track 1 is also a Canon XL-H1. So we run into the issue of having multiple codecs. So what I did was I created a sequence and I synced everything up into a new sequence. And then what I did was individually, I went ahead and muted the different channels. So right now what I'm doing is muting everything except for track 5 footage and audio. And then I went File, Export, Add to QuickTime Movie, and then that saved it into the codec that we need. So everything was all the same codec, and I just went ahead for track 4, which is the same thing, unmuted 7 and 8, mute 9 and 10, and go File, Export, QuickTime Video. After everything was in the same codec, what I did was I rebrought it into Final Cut Pro into a multicam bin. Now, to use a multicam, or to create a multicam, I should say, what we're going to do here is we're going to take all of our angles, and we're going to select them, and we're going to right click or control click, and we're going to go make multi-clip. The make multi-clip dialog pops up. Now, because everything was already synced in the previous sequence, everything already has the same endpoint. However, you can go ahead and sync it via timecode or out points, whatever you prefer. This is going to allow you to sync everything together. So this is a very important window that we'll explore later on. So for now, we're just going to go and hit endpoints, and we'll hit OK. This creates a multicam clip. Now, a multicam clip, like I said, will allow you to switch different angles, but we don't see that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new sequence, and we'll just leave it sequence 3. We're going to grab our new multicam clip, and what we'll see is that it automatically goes down to the first angle. But what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to come up here to our viewer. We'll double click our multicam clip, and we want to make sure that our little button right here is set to open. What this will allow you to do is actually view live, so you can switch. As you see, as I'm playing, this is showing all the angles at once. If we have it set to off, you're only going to see the video in the canvas. And if we have it set to gang, if we play it in the canvas and hit pause, it then bounces back to all the other angles. So what we're going to do is we're going to want this set to open. Now, there's a couple different ways to do multicam editing. We're going to scroll back here to the beginning. And one way is that you can actually go ahead and click the actual video that's up here. Now, we have 5 clips. You can actually have up to 16 clips in here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click this box, and as you can see, you can make it 1 up, 4 up, 9 up, or 16 up. So you can have up to 16 different angles to view at once. So we're going to go ahead and play our multicam clip, and as we see, another view jumps in. And what we can do is we can either click that view and hit play again, and we'll go ahead and we can just switch back and forth, as you see, just by clicking. Now, that's one way to do it, is just as you come over here in your timeline and play it, that you just basically click, and as you see, it creates markers. So right now, all we're doing is clicking back and forth between the different angles, and when we hit pause here, it's going to go ahead and create our multicam clip. And we can actually go ahead and add transitions in here, you know, change the in-out points, whatever we need in order to fine-tune it later on. So that's one way to do it. However, I really don't like that way. The way I like to do it is I like to come up here to, let me refresh my memory here, to Tools, Button Bars, and actually load the multi-clip button bars. This will actually put in these little buttons here from Multicam editing. Our tooltips will show us that this will allow us to switch different angles, or switch different video angles, allow us to switch different audio angles, cut to a video angle, cut to an audio angle, and apply different effects. So what I like to do is I like to play the video, and as another angle pops in, we can just go ahead, that's going to be angle 4 right here. So we can actually hit our cut to angle 4 button, and that will allow us to cut to video angle 4. When another angle pops up here, there you go, angle 2 just popped in. And now we can go ahead and cut to angle 2. And now if we want to go ahead and go back to 1, I like to pause it, cut back to angle 1. Now we're back at angle 1. Now we had something pop up in the angle 5, so we'll go back to angle 5. And if let's say I want to switch audio too, I could even switch audio. So I can go ahead and now cut to angle 2 audio, or angle 1 audio if I wanted to. And now we can go ahead and cut back to angle 1 here. So this is what I like to do multicam editing. You know, everybody likes their own different ways. Now, something I just want to point out here, you can actually change, you know, what you're actually going to edit. So the reason why the audio buttons weren't working is because up here I have it set to video. If I have it set to audio and video, now I can go ahead and change and cut to a different audio angle. So as you're hearing, the audio angles are changing at this point in time. And we can even have it set to where if you click up here, it will actually change both at the same time when you have it set to audio and video. Just a little tip here, if you're doing where you click live up here to change your angles, anything blue is going to refer to video, anything green is going to refer to audio. That actually matches what happens here. Anything blue here is video, anything green here is audio. So this is a nice little introduction to multicam. I hope this helps you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions.